Elon Musk's Starlink is attacked by the Russian army. It's getting personal. Elon Musk's temperament is widely recognized. He's quick to retaliate against anyone who challenges his prized innovations. This time, the recipient of his ire is Russia. Often, it appears he's perpetually prepared for confrontations with rivals or adversaries. And when it comes to his cherished SpaceX satellite internet venture, known as Starlink, his composure seems to waver. In the eyes of many, Musk is always poised for a battle. His relentless clashes with foes or competitors are a common sight. And when it concerns his Starlink satellite internet service, his equanimity seems to dissipate. He's willing to engage in conflict without hesitation, even if it involves forging an acrimonious relationship with a superpower like Russia. Is Russia seething at Elon Musk due to Ukraine's apparent gains from utilizing Starlink? Whatever the root cause, it's evident that the Russian military's ire toward Musk is palpable. Are they contemplating obliterating Starlink? The strained atmosphere between the Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk and Russia's space agency head, Dmitry Rogerson, is glaring. While Musk proclaims that Starlink signals are being obstructed, Rogerson asserts that disabling satellites of any nation constitutes an act of war. The tension is escalating, and with each passing day, matters seem to deteriorate. What exactly has stirred Russia's anger towards Musk's groundbreaking innovation, Starlink? According to Russia, the Starlink satellite constellation supposedly triggered a fire on the flagship of the Black Sea Fleet and the cruiser Moskva. Consequently, Russia blames Musk's Starlink for causing damage to its assets. A sense of unease prevails, with concerns arising about whether the intensifying clash between Musk's grand venture and the actions of the Russian military will lead to a catastrophic confrontation on a global scale. Another dimension to this grave situation emerges. Musk generously provided Starlink's exceptional internet service to Ukraine, which had suffered due to Russia's warlike tendencies. Musk intended to offer a lifeline to Ukraine, and this is where Starlink comes into play. While Musk's intention was to assist Ukraine in addressing its internet crisis, the aided nation is considering using this advanced service for strategic purposes, including targeting Russian tanks, warpoints, and weaponry. Could this be the driving force behind the Russian army's desire to dismantle Musk's Starlink? After all, Putin's Russia would hardly condone Ukraine's aggressive stance, especially when it's backed by Musk's SpaceX, a US-based commercial entity. Musk's tweet and warning to Ukrainians further underscore the seriousness of the situation. Warning: Starlink is the only non-Russian communication system still working in some parts of Ukraine, so the probability of being targeted is high. Please use with caution. The situation's trajectory seems to signal a potential worsening, potentially turning into a broader struggle between Russia and the United States due to Musk's considerable U.S. support. The world might witness escalating conflict between these two formidable powers with dire consequences. Musk's aspirations for a smooth journey appear to be slipping away. Fresh data adds another layer to the concerns surrounding Musk's cherished Starlink satellite constellation. As per the Russian General Staff's release, Dmitry Medvedev's instructions to the army suggest a plan to disrupt Musk's Starlink, positioned in three critical regions: the Russian Federation's territory, the operational zone of the Russian military's special wing, and the Black Sea Basin. Russia's escalating frustration with Musk's actions could have dire repercussions on a global scale. Russia firmly states its stance against militarizing outer space and is equally resolved to prevent any other entity or nation from doing so. The destruction of the Starlink satellite constellation by the Russian military is a significant blow to Elon Musk. Musk's path ahead is obstructed by a substantial hurdle. The question remains: how will Musk respond to the impending danger? The situation continues to darken and grow more complicated with every passing moment. The concerns aren't limited to Russia. NASA, too, is troubled by the implications of Musk's Starlink satellite series. Their concerns, however, stem from a different angle. While Russia's worries revolve around global power dynamics, NASA's apprehensions focus on the elevated risks of collisions and orbital destruction. This comes as a shock to Musk, as he had counted on support from the U.S. NASA, predominantly an American space agency, is now voicing concerns about the potential hazards posed by Starlink in space. Ukraine's concerns. NASA's primary objective is to ensure the strategic and organized deployment of the Starlink Gen 2 system, prioritizing the safety of spaceflight. Additionally, the agency seeks to sustain a suitable space environment in the long term, guarding against any potential threats arising from the deployment of Starlink in space. This isn't the extent of their concerns. Given that Elon Musk's SpaceX-backed advanced Starlink satellite technology is now employed by Ukrainian drone units, Russia has valid motives to consider attacking these advanced satellites. Russia's reasons. The recent loss of the ship Moskva has deeply unsettled Russia. The Moskva was a floating air defense center equipped with 3 layers of compatible air defense weaponry. Russia perceives this loss as a suspicious act attributed to Ukraine, allegedly backed by Musk's influence. The sinking of the Moskva has rendered other ships in Russia's fleet, particularly those near Odessa, more susceptible to threats and potential invasions. In an attempt to gain an advantage over Ukraine, Russia is targeting the Starlink system, aiming to disrupt these highly advanced satellites. Amid growing concern about Russian aggression, Elon Musk acknowledges that the conspicuous appearance of Starlink terminals makes them vulnerable to violent Russian airstrikes. He has advised the Ukrainians to employ light camouflage over the antennas to hinder detection by the Russian military. However, such camouflage is implausible and unrealistic. Of even greater concern, the radio signals transmitted and received by the satellite dishes could act as beacons for the Russian military. These signals might facilitate a full-scale attack on the Starlink satellites now extensively employed by the Ukrainians. Surprisingly, Musk's Starlink satellite service has enabled Ukraine to establish robust bases from which they conduct drone operations, targeting not only Russian military positions from the air, but also attacking their armored vehicles. The advanced drones utilized by Ukraine are equipped with Starlink service, allowing effective communication and coordination. Conclusion. Musk's Starlink system faces grave danger due to the increasing animosity of the Russian military towards his influential weaponry and advanced technology. If Russia succeeds in destroying Starlink, Ukraine's sovereignty might come into question on the global stage. This scenario could drag Musk's enterprise into a bitter conflict with Russia. If the USA intervenes to support Musk, the existing Ukraine-Russia conflict could escalate into a perilous global confrontation, potentially leading to a third world war. The looming danger is palpable. This video is intended to evoke a sense of tension and threat. We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video engaging and informative, please like and subscribe for more content on topics such as the James Webb Space Telescope.